April the 15th, 2017 saw the last living link to the 19th century. Emma Morano died in her Italian village where she had been born 117 years before. We believe she was the last person to have been born in the 19th century still alive. In the 18th century there were about 10 centenarians. Now we have about 14 and a half centenarians in UK alone, and it's predicted we'll have roughly 1.5 million by the end of the century. So I'm going to argue that we really need to reform our concept of age and ageing. It's one thing to grow old when you're in a young society. It's completely different to grow old in a society that is already aging and old itself. Within a decade, we will have half the population of Western Europe aged over 50. We've never had a society where half the population is aged between 50 and 100. And the institutions that are going to have to be reformed, work, education, health, even marriage and the family, because they reflect the 20th century and even beyond, and are not really suitable for the dynamics that are going to occur in the 21st century when we have huge percentages of our population in older adulthood. And one of the things that I argue is we really need to reclaim active old age. In other words, that age between our 50s, when some people think of retiring, to our mid-80s, when we begin to be frail, back into active adulthood. And then we can focus on those last few years of our life when we will be frail and disabled and need help. And old age needs to be something very special that we respect at the end of our lives as we face death, because of course the finite life is really what it means to be human.